Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome. If you're new today for Inktober prompt, I don't remember the number, it's in the description. The word prompt was bounce, and I honestly didn't know what to do, so I drew out several different things, and then I settled today on this bird because I remembered that if you put music on, these birds like to bounce. So that gave me an excuse to paint a bird. I'm going to go ahead and use my QOR watercolors for these. These are my two sets that I have out right here. Those are all the colors I have in the QOR watercolors so far. I'm going to set these off to the side, and we're just going to get to painting. The noise you hear in the background is the dryer going. It'll be going for about 20 minutes and then it's going to beep. Okay, and then I think I'm going to just plop in some colors, and then I might go in with something else later. We'll see how I feel. I really do like the nickel as a yellow. I'm going to go ahead and wet where I want the yellow to be. Right here. Just around the outside edge of that eye bit right there. And then a little bit up here. I'm going to go ahead and let the yellow travel all over these upper feathers, because we're going to go over the top with gray later. Yellow in. Okay, so I'm choosing yellow gray for my bird, and maybe a little more brightness like that, because it's just going to dry a lot lighter. So nice fresh color leading around and shooting it like that. Wondering, I think I want to put in a background before I get too crazy. Try not to touch those upper feathers too much. I'd like a dark background. Something pretty. Maybe this indigo right here. Yeah. I forget how much these QOR watercolors like to move, which is part of the fun of using them. Nice and dark. There we go. I'm gonna pick up, let's wash that brush really good, dry it pretty good. And then I'm going to pick up this spot right here, like that. Grab more dark blue. Around like that. Nice and dark. The edge around the bird's feathers kind of rough and tumble. that, and then nice and clean right there. Dark enough, do we think? Let it dry, and if we need to come in, with a darker color, we'll come right over the top after it dries with a little more dark. That, okay. And this gray right here, which is a lot of different colors mixed together, is neutral tint with a touch of blue to make that soft blue-gray color, and maybe just a bit of brown. There we go. There we go. That's a nice gray. And a touch more neutral tint. There we go. That makes a really pretty gray color. We got some bleeding happening. Let's dry our brush and just swoop in like that. Take a tissue. Blotting. We can come in with colored pencil over the top as well to fix some of this along that edge. We'll leave that alone, let that dry. We can clean that up later. Actually, let's go ahead and pop in some yellow all along the outside edge, right through here, and then kind of a red-orange, which would be, I'm going to mix Pyrrole, this little bit of mud right here, and some of my Pyrrole, transparent Pyrrole Chrome. Of water. Some clean water. Pop that right there. Kind of let it touch all the yellow spots. Bleed around, be busy and splotchy. I like that. Get rid of that white. The dog barking is my daughter's dog. That's Caesar. You can hear him carrying on in the background. There we go, there's our orange and yellow. Okay. I'm going to leave that part alone for now. We have some spots over here that are gray. I'm going to just, actually we're just going to plop them in softly. Wet. Let's see. This is nice and soft through here. So just plain water, dab most of it off. soften it. So it's a nice soft edge. Soften this edge out. Nice and soft. That, a little bit there. Just a touch right through here. Ooh, sorry about the coughing. Still getting over this cold. I'm gonna pick some up. Drag that up. Drag that up. That. Yeah, that's pretty. Okay, and then out here is also very soft. So light color, a very wet brush, and just skimming over the top. And if you hear noises, that's my granddaughter. Here she comes. Yes, baby? What you doing?
Mom, a new phone.
Oh, look at that.
And take off.
She did?
Why are you painting?
I'm painting a bird.
A painting a bird?
I am.
Mom, got a new phone.
That's wonderful. Got it? Okay. Okay. It's my granddaughter. She accidentally broke her mother's phone, so Mama got a new phone.
Can I paint with you?
What are you guys up to?
Can I paint with you?
You can. Do you want your very own paper?
What is this?
Do you want your very own paper?
Why is it wet?
Because that paint, that's where I'm dabbing my brush. Like that. What's Mama doing?
Oh no.
You don't know.
Here.
And then we're just gonna come in and same thing we did up there, a little dry brushing. Like that. So nice and soft.
She's on her room.
What's she doing?
She's on her room.
Oh,
What is this?
that's my beam paints, remember?
What are these?
Those are my core paints.
I'm gonna grab my stool.
Okay, you grab your stool. She has a little stool in the bathroom that she grabs when she wants to paint with me. There we go. Oh, my orange got a little away from me. Do we like that? We're gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. It got up here a little bit farther than I wanted it to, but I think I'm gonna leave it. Yep, hold on. There you go. Can you get it? Come on. What's the matter? Oh, you need? Hold on. Go ahead.
I'll paint him blue.
You're gonna put more colors on him?
Here. Woo, woo. I can paint with you.
You can paint with me.
I can, but
Yeah.
I get water.
You got all that water. Be gentle, remember? You gotta do it softly. We're gonna go in with a little more gray, and we're gonna do little poofs of gray feathers right through here. Little poofs of feathers.
I can do green.
You can.
This one's yucky.
You don't like that color?
Yuck. Yucky.
I see.
Really yucky.
It is. Why is it yucky?
Because the green is yucky.
Oh, you don't like that green?
Yeah, it's yucky.
Do you want to use a different green? Do you want to use one of these greens?
Yep.
There you go. Gotta wet it first.
Oh.
There you go.
I don't want to do a yucky one.
No, you do that pretty one right there. There you go. And there's a pretty one right there. How do you like those ones? Put them on your paper. See how you like them.
Can I do on the bunny?
You can put them right on the bunny.
Can I do on the bunny?
Yeah.
I get water.
You don't want to do it on the bunny?
I want to do on the bunny.
So you guys know we're going to continue on with the grays. Let's mix a little bit of, yep, we're going to mix a little neutral tint and indigo.
Which way?
Right here.
That way?
Yep.
That
You're going to put it on your bunny?
one's good for me. That's fine.
It's a dark gray for you because you grabbed a lot of it. And Nana's going to use a little teensy bit of it, so it's going to be a soft gray.
A soft way?
Yep.
Where?
See? Soft.
Oh, this one. Why
Gotta
is
do this one up here if you want soft.
Why does this one break?
Because it got all dried out. Should we put water in it so you can get some? There you go. Like that. Look. Astrid. Look at it with your eyes. Look.
What?
See?
That one?
There you go.
Or is this one?
I'm going to use that one. That one's really nice. That's this color right here. Quinacridone Gold. Can you say quinacridone gold?
I don't want that one.
You don't want quinacridone gold?
Yeah, that one's yucky.
You don't care for that one?
I don't care that one.
Okay.
I'll use this one.
You're going to use that one up
this
there?
One's bud.
That's the better one?
This one's the better one.
Okay.
Yep, now this one's yucky, this one is yucky, that one's yucky.
You don't like those brown ones?
Yeah.
Are those not the ones that you like to use?
Can I paint a bird?
No, not this bird. Do you want another picture to paint?
I can't paint my bunny.
Here, would you like to paint a bee?
Yeah, I can paint the bee.
Want to paint the bee?
Yeah?
There you go.
I'll paint the bee black.
Okay, you do that. Oh, dipped it right in my coffee.
Huh? What?
I dipped the tip of my brush in the coffee. It was an accident.
I can paint the bee for you.
That would be wonderful. And do some
Can I
dark.
paint the bee for you?
You can paint the bee for me. I would appreciate that.
I want to make a place for you.
Thank you.
Are you making that bird for that?
Yep.
I want to paint the bee blue.
Ooh, a blue bee. That's a good idea.
Do you want to paint the blue bee?
Yeah, do it. Show me a blue bee, baby girl.
Yeah,
Can you do it?
I can.
That's wonderful.
Is this the one?
That's the one. That's
this
indigo.
That's the one, and that was the one, and that's the one, and that's the one, and that's the one, and
Okay.
that's the one, and that's the one, and that's the one, and that's the one.
Wow.
That's the
That's a
one.
lot of ones.
I want to do a sponge.
You're going to do the sponge?
Good. So yeah, that
That's not the color that you were looking for.
was yucky. I'll use this one. I'll use this one.
And the washer's going. Okay, Nana's going to have to finish her bird later. Okay, guys. It is a little bit later in the evening. Astrid Estelle is in bed for the night. The house is calm. We are going to go ahead and finish up our painting. Make it beautiful. Okay. Here we go. I don't think I was using this brush, but we're going to continue using it, I guess. now that it's all dry, I'm thinking I want to darken that background a little bit more. So before I start working on the bird again, I'm going to wet the background. That. Make sure I get in between those feathers. Okay. That. We'll do neutral tint. Oh, that's not neutral tint, that's brown. That's not the color I wanted. Neutral tint's up here. Neutral tint. Kind of an inky consistency. And indigo. Make it a blue-gray, a nice deep dark blue-gray. And QOR watercolors move really well. And just drop it down along the edge. Make it nice and dark. Oops. Got some on my bird. Okay. Just sweep that out. Grab a tissue and just blot. There we go. That's better. There we go. Ended up taking off, and after the baby went down for her nap, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go get lunch. I haven't eaten yet. She fell asleep on the couch, so kind of can't go have lunch, so I snuck out and went to Applebee's and had lunch, and then I ended up going to Walmart and futzing about. Ended up getting 5 new pairs of super comfy jammy pants, which I washed and dried and have a pair on right now. They're black with stars on them, with black with white like stenciled stars. Super comfy. I've been needing new jammy pants for a while now. I've just been avoiding it. Inky. Get in there and make it nice and dark. Then I'm going to hit it with the heat tool to get it nice and dry so that we can finish up our bird. Because I do have, this is one of the Inktober prompts, and I'm trying to keep these under a half an hour. That's a kind of a personal rule that I make for myself, is if I'm going to do a prompt list of any kind or any kind of challenge. The trick is to keep the piece small, manageable, and try to keep the creating of the piece within a half an hour. That way the videos aren't super long. So time lapse this. Dry enough to paint the bird. It's not dry all the way through the paper, but it's dry enough to finish up the bird, and I like it better that dark. And I kind of like the different textures too. It means there's something going on in the background. It's not just a flat background. Kind of like that. Okay. This, by the way, is a Velvetouch Princeton round number 10. Does come to a nice point. Has pretty decent snap, which is why I like the brush. I have nice control with this one. The level of control I want to have. I'm going to do a little bit of neutral. A little bit of this. What else did I put in here? Brown. To kind of soften it. The baby got these paints really wet. So now they're very intense. Blue in there. Add some water. I'll use this very thinned down. And come back in here and get in our shadows. And the layers. This part could be pretty dark. For some of the super dark shadows, I'm going to bring in the background layer and incorporate. You don't have to do that, it's just something I feel like I want to do for this particular piece. That. Come along the edge of this wing right here. This little, it's a feather, not a wing. Let's find textures in. Soften that out a bit. So this edge is not quite so harsh. Glaze like that. I forgot that I didn't finish putting in these feathers right here. Put in a glaze of the gray, that pale gray, like that, and then we'll come in and do the dark shadows. On the side of each one of these is gray, and then it fades into a bright, brilliant white. On the tips of all of these wings, these little feathers right here. For that, all the whites, I'm leaving the paper white. Glaze of gray around the eye. Not too wet though, I don't want that yellow bleeding in there too much. There we go. take a touch of this orange, and I'm gonna, the brush is pretty dry, I'm just gonna tap the tips of the bristles to get some textures like that. Orange. There we go. Tap that in and let the light peek through. Sorry about the cough. It is better, I swear. Here we go. Soft. There we go. I just want to blot a little bit of that up. Okay, I'll leave it alone. I have to go over with that section with some colored pencil. Okay, let's finish our feathers. Oops, too dark. All the way down. These guys have just a slight, super light tint. Like that, because they're gently in shadow, like that, gently. Okay? This section here is very white with very soft shadows. So I'm going to take the gray that's on the brush and just kind of super, you probably can't hardly see it, but it does make a difference. Just gently getting where all my pencil lines are. That's where all my shadows are, like that, on those white, I want to say petals, but feathers, like that, like that, a little bit there. Soft gray, gently inching up like that. Up, 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 up. I was talking with Astrid, this whole section right here is too dark. I was taking water and putting it down. I don't remember if core paints lift up that well. Try. Maybe let the water sit for a bit. Right through there. Tap it. I don't want to work it up too much. Pressing really hard. Yeah, it's not going to work. Okay, that's fine. That's all right. Right through here. Layer of feather marks. That moment to do these shadows going this up that way. Into the white feathers. Sorry. Down here. That. And here we've got some pretty dark. Darks right there. And right there. Dry that brush. And I have it splayed out a bit. Kind of give me the textures that I want. I'm just going to sweep them up that way. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to drop the paint there, dry that brush, and then sweep some textures up that way. Simple, not too detailed, just a few. Your eye will finish what it needs to make it look the way it needs to look. Don't get too carried away. These kind of sweep in from this shadow, and this shadow is pretty dark. I'll take that blue and drop it in there. Like that. Do a little more deep blue right here. And as layers dry, you can go back and darken up an area that needs to be, you know, another layer. Just add another layer like that. I love how soft this looks over here. I don't know if I want to mess with it. Maybe we'll dry the brush and do some just pouncing. Just a little bit of color on the brush to create a little bit of fluffy feather texture. Just here and there. Roundy poof right here. Like that. And kind of drag it into the white a little bit so it's not so crisp. Like that. Yeah, that's pretty. Okay, now let's put our dark grays up on the top here. Pull that down like that. Okay, dry that brush, and with it splayed, remember, gently. If you have a softer brush, it might not stay splayed. You can get a firmer brush that will do that for you, and use it just for the texture parts. Use a brush for painting in and a brush for textures. People do that all the time. Do a little more. Come in here. Let's do our light textures first, maybe. Like that. Just get those light, fluffy textures in. Up like that. That gives him his little bit of character too. And if your paper isn't taped down, feel free to turn it and spin it in a way that will help you to get the textures you need and the lines you need going in the direction you want. That's important. And once again, that noise you're hearing in the background is the dryer. It's a small space. We have a small shared space in this house, so periodically you're going to hear the dryer going in the background. Okay, what's that? Now we need a little bit of just a little bit more dark. Let's see. Along this ridge right here. That. And then some right through there. Okay. And then some more darker. Coming this way. And then there's a dark ridge right here. Soft gray going into the yellow like that. A little bit there. And a little bit out here going that way. Good. How's he looking? My instinct is to get in there with an ink pen. I need a brush that comes to a finer point and is firmer. This is just a Hemi. This is one of my Hemi gouache brushes that I got when I got my art box. I'm going to dip into the Payne's Gray directly. Just pure, as much paint as possible, hardly any water at all. And I'm gonna maybe just a skosh of water for movement. Just the teensiest touch of water with the very tippity tip of the brush. There we go. Okay, maybe a little more water. A little more paint. Water. Try to get a very inky, thick kind of consistency. So it'll go down dark, but it will I'll put a little bit of dioxazine purple in that as well. A little more neutral tint. I've discovered that one of my favorite deep dark blacks is dioxazine purple, neutral tint, and indigo mixed together in like this inky, sticky kind of consistency. And it really does help create that deeper black that I need. Gently. Deep darks like that. Okay. And there we go. And don't fill it all in completely because it will look weird. You gotta leave a little bit of eye shine. Gently, softly go around the edge here and create a little shadow. And there's some shadow right here. Tiny, tiny flicks of the brush. Dryer's done. Sorry if that's really annoying or super loud. I probably could have turned that off. I'm sure there's a way. That. Make her look, her look a little more interesting. There we go. Pretty. All right, now we're gonna do the beak. teensy touch of water. There we go. Just enough for movement. And come in here. Get this shadow here. There. There's a crisp line right there. There's a little bit of dark right here. Like that. And then this right here is shadow. It's the shadow of the beak poking into the fur. So I do want this to be pretty dark. Like that. And that head doesn't need to be even across. Can even just do a little fudging of it like that to make it soft. And there's a little bit of dark there. Okay. All the textures on that beak. Like that. Perfect. And got some textures going out this way. That. That. See, I'm getting too lost in details at this point, and this is when the painting could turn into a 3-4 hour painting for me. So to keep that from happening, I'm going to come in here, I'm going to put in our really dark shadows. There are only a few. There. There's one here. This one here is pretty dark. Where that wing comes up into the grays. Or the feather, rather. That down. Pull that shadow out light like that. Light like that. Again. Just light, 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 light. Dry brushing. Just dragging a little bit of shadow in. Camera turned off. Hopefully this looks nice. A little bit of fuzzy directional feathers over here. Like that. Come down. Doesn't need to be super dark, but it does need to be a little bit darker than it is right there. And then right here, it dried so light. And then right here, this one right here. Like that. Okay. And then this one right here. Right into those shadows like that. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Where else do I need dark shadows? Alright, so come down here. Get that in. Little light line there. And this right here is in deep shadow. Like that. There is a bit of shine of light right there, so we don't want to get too carried away. Like that. Okay, and then these are not in light, so they're nice and dark over here as well. But the trick with watercolor is to light layers, light layers, light layers until you get to the depth of dark that you really want in that particular area. And it's really hard sometimes to tell when to stop first. That's a hard one for me. And when to keep going. Oh. There's a lot going on right here. So we'll do a couple bits like that. Okay, because he's fluffing his feathers and making a mess of them, right? So there we go. And then this side of these ones is also pretty dark. Like that. Okay, like that. And then gently, I don't want to get too carried away, give this layer a little more depth as well. Like that. Okay, and then come over here, just in this corner. Like that. And then just these little bits here. Okay. And there's a little tiny shadow there. Kind of comes around the bottom edge of these like that. There. Once again, I could get lost in this for hours, just bouncing from spot to spot, back and forth, trying to get that exact balance that I'm looking for. And I think we found that. I don't think I need to do too much more. Maybe just this little spot here is more shadowed, like that. More defined, rather, I guess is a better way to say that. There. Okay. It's actually pretty I got too much orange going on right here. I don't think that's going to pick up. Yeah, that's not going to pick up. That's alright. We're going to leave it alone. We're going to leave it alone. I think we're going to take the tape off and see what he looks like. Let's just peel our tape. See if he's done. Sometimes that's also a good way to know when to stop. Like that. Let's see. I need to stand up because the light is right across the screen. Oh yeah, okay. I like it. Okay, let's do a little close-up of his beautiful little face. And then all the textures on his feathers right here. Sorry. And then the deep darks of the background. But not too dark, there's still light filtering through. Yeah, I like this. And bounce. They bounce when you turn music on, so they like to dance. There's our little piece for bouncing. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed painting it. I hope you don't mind Astrid swinging through and visiting as well. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.